Good morning, my wonderful people. Welcome to the live broadcast of Gapapathi Sahasranama. Last one we did up till the first 13 verses of Sri Gapapathi Sahasranama. Now we shall begin with the 14th line. Okay. Before I get started, let me just briefly give you a little bit of perspective here. On all Sahasranamas, this is a common theme, by the way. We tend to think that the jewels and the form, because we are thinking of form and function of the Devic Shakti, yes, which is embedded in the Sahasranamas of all Devi Devtas. So, what does this mean when we say Gapapathi is wearing yellow garments, when Gapapathi is wearing these kind of jewels, who sits on a wonderful throne, who has a colorful form? This is not in 3D. It's not in the way you imagine as jewels of earthly nature. You have to understand that the Vedas and the yogis and the rishis who saw this in their high meditative states from their third eye, they were called mantra drishtas, as in one who saw the mantra, one who saw the entire Devic Shakti, in this case our beautiful Gapapathi. In their meditative states, they saw it fully. All these Sahasranamas, all these mantras were seen first in a yogic state of consciousness. The lettering and the Sanskrit wording of these came later, after the sight has been seen. You see something and then we can describe it. You cannot describe something which is storytelling. The Sahasranama and Vedas is not about storytelling, is not about a concocted vision or a fantasy tale of some kind. The Vedas are all about saying the creational aspects, the creator and all its forms and all its functions as they saw it in their yogic state of mind, state of consciousness. Understand this. This all has been seen. Now what we are trying to do here in 2023 and in these awakening energies is we are trying to tune in. It's like finding out what exactly did these gentlemen see, these yogis, these rishis, what exactly did they see. So when we are doing this Sahasranama, now Gapapathi Sahasranama, you have to understand that we are trying to tune in to an ancient wisdom. Okay, just keep that in mind. And everything, one more aspect I will say, everything about divinity is kind of paradoxical in nature, and all the ancient people have kind of seen this, as in God is here yet God is not of this place of earth. God is in earth, God is in everything, but yet not of it. He is in form yet he is without form, like what they call as Saguna and Nirguna, meaning the one who has got qualities and yet he is without qualities as well. Everything in about creator, every Devic Shakti you will ever come across has this paradox. And the unraveling of this paradox, well, I would suggest, from my long struggle to understand this paradox since I was a 15-year-old kid, I have struggled to this for years, and it will not come to you in the sense of trying your mind around it. Don't wrap your mind around this. This is why I am bringing this to you, and I suggest this to you. Tune into it. Let the mantra reveal itself to you. It's a direct participation of you versus Gapapathi. You are talking directly, tuning directly into Gapapathi. Who else to tell things about Gapapathi other than Gapapathi himself? Obviously, yes, it's a logical, straight answer. Don't try to decipher this with your mind. The mind is a limited vessel only. There's the limits of the mind. You can do all the psychological games with it. You can say, I have understood this, proclaim yourself to be some kind of a pandit, but nobody knows Gapapathi better than Gapapathi himself. And so do other Sahasranamas when we come to them. So let's begin. We are in the 14th verse. How does it go? Pitambara Khandarada Khanda Vaishakha Samsthitaha Chitranga Dashano Bhala Chandro Havir Bhujaha. What does this mean? One who wears yellow garments. Ganapati is always seen wearing yellow garments. And I'll give you a tip here. Ganapati's dhoti, which you see down, the cloth, is always correctly shown as wearing yellow cloth. And I will tie this to chakras and astrology as we go along. Yellow cloth, because yellow is the color of the root chakra and Ganapati resides in your root chakra. Remember this. That's why yellow garments. Khandara, the one who destroys or cuts asunder the obstacles or difficulties. Like we saw in the previous one, you'll see this theme over and over about Ganapati. He is the removal of obstacles and difficulties of life. You set out to go do something, set up a business, set up a job, or you begin your day. In India, people begin their day with first lighting a lamp for Ganapati and saying, please help me through my day. Let there not be obstacles in my work. Khanda Vaishakha Samsthitaha, one who is present on the day of the lunar month of Vaishakha. Vaishakha in India stands between April and May. Of course, we are in the north of near the Tropic of Cancer, above the equator. So, of course, this pertains to the month of April to May, which is applicable to the weather in India, which is associated with the destruction of demons. The subject of demons and angels is a totally different one. I won't go into that here. Just remember, Ganapati will keep them off your back. Okay? Chitranga, one who has a wondrous color and colorful form. Shama Dashano. Shama means one who has dark, like Krishna is called Shama because his skin color was dark. One who has dark or blackened teeth. Shama Dashano. Bhala Chandro Havir Bhujaha. One who has a crescent moon on his forehead, like Shiva. One who holds offerings of sacrifices in his hands. Havir Bhujaha. Havihi means to be sacrificing something. Again, the idea of sacrifice itself is highly misunderstood. I think it is best discussed in Vishnu Sahasranama whenever we come to that. Okay? It's better discussed there. But remember, Ganapati also holds all your sacrifices, all your yajnas, homas, fire ritual, fire ceremonies, earth ceremonies, water ceremonies. Ceremonies can be of so many kinds, right? So Ganapati holds that. Number 15. Yogadhipastha Tarakastha Purusho Gajakarnakaha Ganadhirajo Vijaya Sthiro Gajapatir Dhvaji. So beautiful. One who is the Lord of Yoga and resides as the pole star. Purusho Gajakarnakaha, the being with elephantine ears. We are still describing form. Ganadhirajo, supreme king of all Ganas, celestial beings. What we call the Yakshas, what we call the Kinnaras. These are the beings of who are between the earth and the Swarga, the in-between plane. Ganapati is the lord of all these celestial beings, Ganas, like Kinnaras, like Gandharvas, etc. We shall see that. Right. Vijaya Ganadhirajo Vijaya Sthiro Gajapatir Dhvaji, one who is victorious. Vijaya. Vijaya means one who is victorious. Sthiro, one who is stable. Sthir means in Sanskrit stable or immovable. One who is the fixed point. And if I have to talk of this, again it will take volumes for me, but Sthir means everything in creation moves. And the Devic Shaktis are the point of stability. It's like the eye in the center of the storm of creation. Just something which came up. Ganapatir Dhwaji, Gajapatir Dhwaji. Gaja means elephant, the Lord with elephant as his mount and who bears a flag. Dhwaj means a flag in Sanskrit. Deva Deva Smara Prano Deepako Vayukilakaha Vipaschidvarado Nado Nada Brinna Mahachalaha. Right. Deva Deva, the Lord of Lords, the God of Gods. Smara, one who is remembered. Smarana means to remember in Sanskrit. Pranadipako, the illuminator or the sustainer of life force. What you call life force, or what you call your prana, what you think is yours, you're part of everything that is. And Ganapathi is the illuminator or sustainer of that life force. Vayukilakaha, one who sports or plays with the wind. Vipaschirvaradonado nada brinna mahachalaha. Okay, the bestower of true knowledge or wisdom. Vipaschidvarado. Nado, again the sound, the ultimate sound, the sound Om, Nada, the creational sounds. In fact, all the Sahasranamas are buried sounds. Each one of these has got your Bij mantras embedded in them. That's why when you tune into a Sahasranama, if you want to get rid of all your doshas which are in your astrological chart, all the Rahu Ketu business, this will be useful because the Bij mantras will give it a higher spin. It will take you to higher planes just by you participating in it, Nada Bhinna Mahachalaha, the great mountain resonating with the sound or vibration. Number 17. Varahara Nadano Mrutyunjo Vyagrajinam Baraha. Sorry about that. A little coffee has to kick in. The one with boar's tusk or slayer of the demon Hiranyaksha in the form of a boar, referring to Lord Vishnu. Mrutyunjaya, Mrityu means death, the one who is the conqueror of death. Jaya means to be victorious over. Mrutyunjayo, the one who is victorious over death, the one who is undying, eternal one. Vyagrajinambaraha, the one who wears a tiger skin as his garment, referring to Lord Shiva. Ichha Shakti Bhavo Deva Daitya Vimardhanaha. Okay. Ichha Shakti, the one power of will to desire. Bhava means a quality. Ichha means desire. Shakti is power. There, you can break it down. Ichha Shakti Bhavo, origin and the source of will or desire. Your Ichha and your Shakti to have that Ichha is Ganapathi. And all the Bhava and Bhavam, Bhavat Bhavam, which we discussed in the higher self, in the video of higher self, Bhavat Bhavam in Vedic Astrology is a big thing. Entire Vedic Astrology is based on Bhavat Bhavams. The origin and the source of will or desire. This is why I tell you it is up to your will and desire what you carry out, even in your astrology chart. Chart is going to do nothing. Deva Trata Daitya Vimardhanaha, the protector or savior of gods themselves is Ganapathi. Daitya Vimardhanaha, annihilator or destroyer of demons. Again, the creation, you must understand from a Vedic standpoint, comprises of all kinds of nutcases. Okay, there are ones who are good on the higher plane, there are ones on the lower plane who do all kinds of nonsense. Okay, Rakshasas or whatever you want to call them, demons. Coming from Sahasranama and coming from these Devic Shaktis, you tune into them so that they stop messing about in your life. Okay, you don't want messy creatures in your life. Doesn't matter which demon it is. You want to kick their ass out of the curb, right? That's what Ganapathi will do for you. Number 18. Shambhu Vatrodbhavas Shambhu Kopaha Shambhuhasya Bhuhu Shambhu Teja Shiva Shokava Wait a minute. Shambhu Teja Shivosh Shivokari Gauri Sukhavaha. Okay. Kind of tongue twisting for me too, So I can understand if you can't pronounce this coming from other lands. Okay. The one born with the face of Lord Shiva, Shambhu. Shambhu is another name for Lord Shiva. Vaktrodbhava. Vaktro, I think it's not translated here much. Vaktrodbhava means one whose thing is crooked in nature. The form is crooked in nature. Shambhu Kopa, Shambhuha Sebhuhu. So it's all referring to Shiva when you say Shambhu. The dispeller of Lord Shiva's anger. Shambhu Kopaha. Kopaha. You must remember one thing. Shambhu is Shiva. Kopa means anger. Ha. The word Ha or the suffix Ha in Sanskrit means the destroyer of that. Whatever the Ha is with. In this Kopaha. Shambhu Kopaha means destroyer of Lord Shiva's anger. Shiva can get really pissed off, as it's known very well, right? Take the form of Rudra and he'll just burn the whole creation to a dust. But Ganapathi can soften his father's anger by his playful nature. Ganapathi is the innocence of a child. The way he plays in creation with all the beings, he dances, he laughs, he's a party guy, Ganapathi. And he will dispel Shiva's anger or his Lord's anger by his very playful nature, like a child. There are many mythologies, beautiful mythologies regarding this, if you want to look it up. Shambhuha Sebhuhu, one who causes Lord Shiva's laughter. Shiva looks at him like a father towards his son, who is all innocent. And he comes at him like angry and pissed off, and Ganapathi does something playful and just quells the whole anger bit, and he just laughs. Like, what was I getting angry over? This is a child who's playing with everything. Shambhu Teja Shiva Shoka Hari Gauri Sukavaha. Remover of grief or sorrow of Lord Shiva. Now this is another whole topic we'll discuss more in Rudra Prashna. I won't go here. What is the grief or what is the sorrow of Lord Shiva? Why does he get pissed off as Rudra? Okay. If he is the yogi, if he is the primordial yogi who has taught all the 7 rishis and all the rest of it, why does he get pissed off? Why do gods get pissed off when it is their own creation? We'll address this later. Gauri Sukha, the bestower of happiness to God Gauri, Mother Gauri, Mata Gauri. Okay. Next, number 19. Umangamalajo Gauri Sarvadhuni Bhavaha. Yajnakayo Mahanado Giri Varshma Shubhananaha. Oh, beautiful. Uma is his mother, Parvati. One who is born from a lotus-like body of goddess Uma. Again, the description of form. Focus on the form. The form is described as seen by the mantra drishtas. Okay? This is not of this world. Devic Shaktis are not of this world, but yet are participating in it. Gauri Tejo Bhuha, the radiant embodiment of Gauri. Gauri is Mata Parvati again. Gauri Tejo Bhuhas Svardhano Dhuni Bhavaha. Okay, the source of the holy river Svardhuni, referring to Lord Shiva. Yajna Kayo. Yajna means sacrifice. Kayo, one who is an embodiment. Kaya means body. Yajna Kayo is embodiment of sacrifice or yajna. Again, the yajna and the idea of sacrifice or the idea of ceremony we'll see in Vishnu Sahasranama more. It's very large there. Okay, we'll expand it there more. Mahanado, one with a great roar or sound. Maha, great. Nado, sound, one with the great roar or sound. Giri Varshma Shubhananaha, the abode on the sacred mountain, referring to Lord Shiva. Shubhananaha, the one with an auspicious, beautiful face. Look at the face of Ganapathi. It is just pure innocence. It's so beautiful. Number 20. Sarvatma Sarvadevatma Brahmamurdha Kakukshutihi. Brahmanda Kumbha Chidvyoma Bala Chandro Shiro Dhruvaha. Okay. the soul of all beings, the soul of all beings, Sarvatma. Sarva means all, Atma is soul. Sarvatma, it's the soul of all beings. Sarvadevatma, soul of all gods. Brahma Murda, the head or pinnacle of Brahma. Kakup Shrutihi, the one who possesses Kakup, the kind of hearing. Sorry, earring. Earring is, well, Kakup is again a celestial thing. Okay, I'm not sure if it means anything real here, as in 3D. Brahmanda Kumbha Chidvyoma Bhala Shatru Sthiro Dhruva. Okay, my tongue is getting all tied up. The cosmic pot or vessel of the universe. Brahmanda Kumbha. Kumbha means pot. Brahmanda is the entire creation, cosmos. Chidvyoma Bhala, one with a radiant divine sky-like forehead. Satya Shiroruha, one with lotus sprouting from his truthful head. Only we are still describing lots of form. Number 21. Jagan Jadmalayo Mesha Nimesho Agneso Madrika Girindraikarado Dharma Dharmoshtastam Brahmitaha. Okay. The one who blinks the eyelids at the birth and dissolution of the world. Jagad means the world. Okay. It's a complex word. I'll not try to unpack it. Just let the mantras recitation do it for you. Agnya Katru Somadrika, the seer of fire, the sun and the moon. Think astrology. If you want to know Vedic astrology, study Gapapathi Sahasranama. He is the lord of this. We shall see further in his names. Girindrai Karado Dharma Dharmoshtasam Brahmita, the bestower of mountains as gifts, the foundation of righteousness and unrighteousness. Sama Brahmitaha. Brahmitaha means writing, the text. Samaha. Samaha is Samveda here, referring to Samveda, accompanied by the Samveda. By the way, much of the writing of Sahasranama is done by Ganapathi himself. Number 22. Grahakshadashano Vani Jivho Vasavanasikaha Bhrumadya Samstikar Takaro Brahma Vidya Madodakaha. Okay, good. Slightly better, isn't it? Some coffee coming in. The one with teeth that devour planets. Graha means planet. Vedic astrology is the science of grahas. The one with teeth that devours planets. If you want to get over your planetary BS everywhere, think Ganapathi Sahasranama. The Vyagna Jivo, okay, one with tongue eloquent as speech. Ganapathi is the lord of speech, is the lord of Mercury, is the lord of wisdom. He is the guru. Vaishakas Vasavanashika, Vasavana, okay. Vasavanasika, the one with nose like that of Indra. Vasava is another name for Indra. Bhrumadya Samstikatakaru, the one with hands placed in the middle of eyebrows, indicating knowledge and control. Somebody has to control this crazy ass circus called creation. Ganapathi does that. One of his functions, there we see function, indicating knowledge and control. Brahma Vidya Madodaka, one who imparts the nectar of divine knowledge. Too many mosquitoes here today. Kulachalan Somarko Ghanto Rudrashirodharaha Nadi Nadabojash Sarpanguli Kastarakanakaha. Right. The one adorned with the crest of the Kulachala mountain. Mystical mythology, you might want to read up and get more meanings. Somarka Ghanto Rudrashirodharaha, one who wears the moon and sun as ornaments. Astrology. One who bears the head of Rudra or Shiva as an adornment. See, the Shiva Putra, he is a Rudra Priya, okay? If you want to get over your just a deviation here of nakshatras and the power of those nakshatras, if you want to derive like Purva Bhadrapada, like Uttar Bhadrapada, like Ardra, like Moola, all these heavy duty nakshatras, you should take the help of Mr. Ganapathi over here. Nadabhuja, Nadi Nadabhuja Sarpanguli Kastharakana. Where's my head today? The one with arms as mighty as thunderbolts. The one whose fingertips are like stars on the hood of a serpent. You will see the reference to serpent a lot everywhere in the Vedic texts. Regarding Ganapathi also, because he is the son of Shiva. Shiva has a serpent around his neck. Vishnu sleeps on a serpent. And then there are Nagas like Ashlesha Nakshatra, and on and on and on and on it goes. Even the great modern medical science has the, what is the thing called? I keep forgetting this name. The one with the sword and two snakes around it, whatever it's called in Latin, right? Medicine is symbolized by two serpents twining with a snake with a sword in the center, right? The serpent is the knowing form of all the poisons of the earth, and it is also giver of all the cures. Let me just put it that way for now. 24, and we shall end with the next one, 25. Vyomanabhi Shri Hridayo Meru Prishno Mahodaraha Kukshik. Oh wow, this is a long one. Kukshistha Yaksha Gandharvo Raksha Kinnara Manushaha. Okay, thank you, Ganapathi. The one with navel as vast as the sky. Vyoma means the sky. Vyoma Nabhi. Nabhi means navel. The one with navel as vast as the sky. Okay. Shiradev, one with the heart full of auspiciousness and prosperity. Shri is another word for not just respect, as Indians make them out to be. Shri this one, Shri that one. It's all just hypocrisy. Shri Hridayo. Shri Hridayo means one who resides in the heart of the mother. I would put that as another meaning. Shri is Lakshmi, is the goddess. It's the Shakti form. Okay. Meru Prishno Nahodharaha, one with Meru mountain on their back and oceans as their abdomen. Kukshistha Yaksha Gandharva Rakshama. Let me start that again. Kukshistha Yaksha Gandharva Raksha Kinnaramanushaha. Thank you. The one who resides in the region of abdomen and embodies the quality of yakshas, gandharvas, kinnaras. I told you, there are beings which are above the physical plane, the physical atoms and molecules plane. They are of higher vibration. They travel between the earth and the heavens. They reside in that dimension of existence. And Ganapathi is the lord of those. Of all the Rakshasas, of all the Kinnaras, of all the Yakshas, the Gandharvas. These are the different ones. If you want to sit and do chat GPT and research them, feel free. Number 25, and we shall end with this today. Prithvi Kati Srishtilinga Shailo Rudra Shujanukaha Patala Jango Munipat Kalas Strayitanuhu. Oh my God. Okay. Prithvi Kati, the one who has earth as their waistband. Shrishti Linga. Shrishti means creation. Linga is Linga, of course Shiva, the embodiment of creation. Shailo Rudra Shujanukaha, the one with knees adorned with garlands and mountains. Again, focus form. Patala Jango Munipat Kala Drushtastvai Tanuhu. Wow, okay, that came faster. The one with lower legs reaching the nether worlds. Like I said, Ganapathi has a lordship of all things badass, like your Rakshasas or demons that everybody keeps trying to exorcise. Just go to Ganapathi, he will kick their ass. One with lower legs reaching the nether worlds, lower worlds. Munipat's Tala Gushtastrayitanuhu, the one with the body that spans across the three eras of time, like the big toe of a sage. Okay, these kind of things you have to again tune in, let the energy come to you, Please understand, it's an energy that you must visit consciously. You must tune into the Sahasranama. You must listen in. I suggest that I've linked up somewhere in my community tab. That's whom I listen to, by Rajalakshmi Sanjay. Beautiful recitation. I put that every early morning in my meditation. And my meditation is pretty vanilla, if you want to call it that. I just tune in Sahasranama and let my super mental chatter quieten down by tuning in just into her voice and just as she recites. That's the best I can pull off. I'm not a yogi of some sort, but yeah, there you go. So take care, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow on the next live Gapapathi Sahasranama, and we'll take the next verses. Meanwhile, take care, be safe, be happy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.